in this for quite some time physically, and now also reaching out here online, because we believe that once you are also online, you reach more people. More people are able to benefit. And let me share a little bit here about ourselves as Mental Habits. Yeah. And there we are, Mental Habits Company. And we are passionate about empowering our entrepreneurs. That is our motto. And these are our programs. Identify profitable business concepts. This one, it's really beneficial for those who have no business idea, or business concept, they don't know where to start. And it's something we do for them, either individually, online, or also groups of people, churches, they invite us and we take people through this. And once the concept is identified, then it needs to be to be turned into action plan. Because once you have an idea and it's not written down, it's not easy for people to understand it. So that is why we help people to write a plan. A plan is very important because it helps you even to explain to potential investors, banks. They want to understand really before they put in money into that concept. Even existing businesses, they need to put their business into a plan, to write it down, because you need money, you need an entrepreneur, you need partners to come in. It's always easy to have it written down. So we help even existing businesses to come up with a business plan. And then that program that we have is business growth strategies. Of course, you want your business to grow, to even to expand, to open new branches. And so we have those strategies to help your business to grow. And one of them is finance made simple. Not every entrepreneur is a financial expert. So we have finance made simple. This is a package for everyone to understand. We also have another package on build a brand that people love. This one is, it's around marketing, so that you are visible. People get to know you. Sometimes you find people don't come to buy from you just because they can't see you, they can't hear you. You are not visible. So this is a program we have for entrepreneurs who are running businesses. Also, we have another package on train teams that deliver. Staff are very, very important. They are the core of the business. And if they are not working well, you don't have strategies on how to motivate them. This is another area that we support entrepreneurs. Customer service that sells. This is another package we have, very, very important to have your customer service having the right skills. They are interacting with your customers every day, every moment. What language do they use? How much time do they spend with each of the customers? Because if customers are waiting too long, then there's something wrong and you need to give a lot to this, and perhaps you need our support. Now, there's mastering stock taking. Yeah, quite a number of entrepreneurs take this for granted, doing your stocks. Because then if you're not doing stock taking the right way, then goods are running out of your store, you're not aware, you keep telling people, oh, this one we don't have. It's just because you're not doing stock taking, yeah, the right way. Also theft could be happening and you're not aware. Stock taking is very, very important. This is a package we have for existing entrepreneurs. We also have buy supplies right. How do you buy your supply? Are you doing it right? So this is a package that we have for entrepreneurs. And then the other package, this one is mentorship. Every entrepreneur, you want your business to grow. or you want to start a business, you need a mentor, someone to talk to explore, challenges, to find solutions. Entrepreneurship is a lonely journey. People don't really understand what you are in for, what is your vision, what are you looking for. So you find an independent mentor whom you are able to open up and explore things with. This is a package we do. And why do we believe in mentorship? Because there is research that shows that businesses that have mentors, they grow, they expand. And also people who are starting businesses, research has shown that startups, they only last for 3 months and they close because it's not easy to run a business. That's why a mentor makes all the difference. So we are doing mentorship, we do physically or we or even online. Yeah, so we are doing this all the time. You can reach out to us. That is my phone contact. I'm the contact person for the company. And so you can reach out to us. Some people have asked questions, can you give us an example of people you are mentoring, Anyway, it is confidential. We don't give names, but I can give an example of a lady who owns a salon. I'm mentoring her. She is running a salon in town of Nairobi. And so it's meeting every 2 weeks. With her, we are meeting physically every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And we just explore the business. Some of the things we discuss is the vision. What is the vision for the business? And how is she getting to that vision? What is the value proposition? Value propositions, what are you promising the customers? How can you make it unique? Because then if you don't have a unique value proposition, then you're just like anyone else and you're not attracting customers. So these are some of the discussion. And we discuss also the challenges that she's going through, like staff challenges, and how could she address some of the things that she's going through. It's really, it's something that, is so relieving to an entrepreneur to have someone, to speak with. And these sessions, they last 1 hour, 1.5. Yeah, it depends on the issues of each business. Each business is very, very unique. So the issues, they could be anything around the business. I don't know if there's any comment or question about our company. I said at the beginning of the session that we have a WhatsApp group, and you can check the link. It is going to be shared, or it has been shared in the link in the chat. Join our WhatsApp group so that we continue chatting with you, and you can reach out to us for individualized support. You see, this webinar is just one of the activities that we do, so we can interact with you more. And you can share all your details about your business here. So then you're able to share with us, more privately through that. Once you reach out to us, if you join our WhatsApp group. Yeah. So any comment or questions so far? Yeah, up to where we are. Any question you have about our company? So today we have this topic on the hidden traps that make business concept corrupt, and in my experience, I find entrepreneurs are in a hurry to start a business. Yeah, you want to get things running. You want to be better than another entrepreneur, maybe your friends that you see they are running very successful businesses, and that is why you miss the red flags. Also, entrepreneurship, there are so many things you are juggling about every day. You are dealing with customers. There are issues around staff. There are issues around government regulations like taxation. County council is also on your neck. every morning you hear many, many things. And that is why it's possible to miss out on these hidden traps. We are calling them traps. So we have been having a series of how to identify business concepts, including the field work, how to know the best. And so we are at the tail end of this discussion. It has been a long topic. And so we felt that we need to, you could be very, very excited that now you have a good business concept. But are you aware of the hidden traps? Yeah. So I have seen people come up with very new and exciting concepts, but are you aware of the hidden traps? Even in your existing business, yeah, you're finding it hard and difficult to get back. Customers are not coming on. You are not getting enough customers. Yeah. So one of the hidden traps could be that there's no problem being solved. There is no pain that is being solved. And, customers can they are getting by even without your business. They can survive without it. Yeah. Are you solving a problem? Are you communicating this problem clearly? I always give an example of the M-Pesa, concept, the M-Pesa. You see, you can people who come from Kenya, you can think about life without M-Pesa. How was it? I think people have even forgotten. What I remember is my mother, she could only access money by traveling 10 kilometers to the nearest bank. That was too much, it was not easy for her. But so that was a pain. That was a pain. That was a frustration. Yeah. So, and today she's able to have money so easy. It is in her phone. I can send her money and she can go just next door to an M-Pesa agent and she's able to get the money. Or she's able to send money. She's able to buy whatever she wants from her phone. So you can see the pain has been reduced. So one of the hidden traps then is that there is no problem that you're solving. There's no pain. You could be solving a pain, but it's still not very, very clear. It's not coming out of your business. Yeah. The customers, maybe they need more awareness, on the pain. For example, I know we have people who are growing the organic. Maybe customers need to be educated on that, on the impact of eating foods that are not organic. And so they understand the urgency of the need for your business so that they don't survive as if they don't need your business. So this is this is a red flag. And maybe if you are aware of it, this is a hidden trap. If you are aware of it, you can do something about it. You could do something about it and then increase the customer base that you have. Yeah. The other hidden trap is where you have you are not clear whom your customer is. You have not reached out to them. You have not educated them. And again, I will still use the case of organic foods. Are the customers aware? Have you reached out and targeted to certain people, maybe old people, middle-aged people who are more conscious of their health? So a business need to have a target market. Yeah. And when you think of the M-Pesa, did they have a clear target market? They had. They didn't go for everyone at the beginning. Maybe today you can say everyone is using M-Pesa, but initially the target was people who are not able to access their bank, the unbanked people. And they say they made it easier for those people. Yeah. And to reach a point when you buy your phone, it had an M-Pesa system. So that was it's very, very important to think again. So who are your customers? Try to narrow down to that kind of person or people, group of people. Later, other people can join in, but you want initially to have certain people that you are reaching out and speaking to. Where do these people visit? Are they found in churches? So if it is churches, then you need to go to those churches on Sundays, talk about, the problem you're solving, you see? Yeah, because you want to make it clear to them that they need your kind of business. They need to start buying from you. There's something that they are missing by not buying from you. Yeah. And I have in mind, again, the organic, because I know in Kenya and even in other African countries, even globally, people are not yet connecting with the whole idea of healthy foods. I'm just taking this as an example. Yeah. Every business has to narrow down to some specific customers that they are working with. Work with them, create awareness, reach out to them, let them know about your product. So if it's not yet clear, then you find this is a hidden trap. It is a hidden trap. You are not aware of it, so you are not working on it. And that's why you don't have enough customers. Yeah. Yes. The other thing that you need to look out and to really think about is your value proposition. And in that value proposition, it's what you are offering. What are you giving the customer? Why are you different? Why are you different? So you're not just coming into the business just because you want to run a business, just because the next door business is doing something or your friends are doing something. So you have not looked at what is unique about you. Have you ever thought about uniqueness of your business concept? Yeah. Make it unique. It could be a new business concept. It could be existing business concept. It's the uniqueness has not come out. So this is a hidden trap, and you find that you're not able to sell enough. Yeah, uniqueness could be it's cheaper. Oh, it's better. It's better. It's easily accessible. It's convenient. It is giving comfort. Again, this is the M-Pesa, it was unique. It was different from the banks, if you look at it that way, in places like Kenya. So it was cheaper for my mother to access money. She didn't have to go all the way to the 10 kilometers to the nearest town. Easily accessible for her. It's convenient. It's comfortable for her. How is your business? Have you given a thought to this as an entrepreneur? Have you looked at what is you? How can you make it? It's not late. You can still work on making it unique. Like this lady that I'm mentoring, one of the ways she has tried to be unique since it's a salon is to offer tea and water at her salon. She has observed no other salon is doing that in the neighborhood. She's also trying to invite special people to do these sister rocks, to be done by unique people, salonists, uh, uh, those who braid. She's trying to get those who do it in a unique way. And someone has already told her where they are, and she's going out for that. So this trying to be unique is something you can keep, attention to continuously so that you are different from your competitors. Yeah. Another hidden trap is there's no competitive advantage. Your business can easily be copied, you know. Uh, I have in mind, I'm sure those people who come from Kenya, you know, there are these companies that are doing tour work, yeah, taking tourists to the parks. And the other day, this news that Uber now is going to be doing Uber touring. You can get an Uber vehicle and it will take you to the park. So are you going to need the company? So you can see how if your business is not has no competitive advantage, things keep coming in and taking out, eating out your customers, share of customers. So this is something to really give a thought. How can you make your business to have this competitive advantage? It cannot be easily copied. You know, I know people like selling things like clothes, selling cars. Why not phone repairs? Phone repairing, it requires some technique, you really have to learn how to do it. I find that as an example, not anyone can easily get into phone repairing because, or even if they may not be as good because they have not learned. So they are just coming in, they have not learned it. So one can go into that. I'm just giving that as an example. And they learn phone repairing. There are so many smartphones in a household. In one house, you find the mother has a smartphone, father has a smartphone, the son has a smartphone, two daughters, they have smartphone, the grandchild has a smartphone. Yeah. Even when these daughters get married, they get children, all these children have smartphones. So there are so many smartphones. And so the repair of smartphone, it's not that technique to repair is not something that one can copy so quickly to be good in repairing. So if one is very good in that, one will go around and you have a queue at your place, at your business. People coming to have their phones repaired because the phones are so many. Yeah. So that is another example. Another hidden trap. Your business can easily be copied. In places like Kenya, you know, those who come from this country, they know the Kiambu Road. If you walk along that road, you find so many businesses selling cars. So many. You know, what happens when people copy each other? It means you don't have enough customers to go around all of you. Yeah, you find not many people are coming to you because after all, there's so many other like you up the road. Yeah, so one of the things I have found some of these companies doing to have competitive advantage is working with the banks, SACCOs, so that they provide loans for you to get a vehicle, and they have easy way for you to afford that car. They're just struggling. It's because they are finding it's not easy to sell. There are too many people doing the same thing. So once you're doing your business, you really have to think hard how to have this competitive advantage, you know, that it is not copied. Yeah. The other hidden trap is the legal barriers, you know, so much regulation from the government. Some businesses are more regulated than others. Yeah. I want to give an example of Kenya. You know, a country like Kenya, we have maize farmers who are doing business growing maize. Yeah. They are farmers, and this is a business. They grow maize and they sell. But the government can just wake up one day and fix the prices anytime. I call this a political crop. Some crops are political. Why? Because they can be regulated. There is discussion across the country about this crop. So as an entrepreneur, if you're growing maize, you can diversify into other crops, or you can stop growing it altogether, you know, because what about beans or vegetables? No government talks about that on a regular basis. So why confine yourself to these political crops? You know, I mean, it's very risky. You don't know how much money you can make in a certain year because you what regulation will just crop up from nowhere. Yeah. So this is a hidden trap. I have tried to speak to farmers who are growing maize about it, but some of them are adamant. You know, they are just used to growing this maize. They don't want to leave it. You know, I tell them, by the way, I spoke to one and he started growing beans also, along with the maize. You know, have a look at beans. The price of beans is always up. It doesn't drop. Yeah. Vegetables, they're in demand, you know, more than maize, you know. So, especially for farm, this is just an example. Is your business concept facing a lot of government regulation compared to others? So not all businesses are regulated in the same way. Some are more regulated. I don't know why. You know, a crop like maize, it looks like every Kenyan is eating maize. Eat maize flour and maize whatever, because you wonder why so much regulation. I can't do that. Anyway, the other hidden trap is high cost of running the business. You know, high cost of running it. It's a small, maybe you have a concept, it's a new concept, you haven't gotten into it. But as you talk to potential suppliers and who will supply you with the materials, you learn that business, it will require huge storage spaces. You need to import certain things. Yeah, that is too expensive. It will leave you with very little storage margins. So this is a hidden trap, and you need to rethink that concept if you have not started it, so that you find a new concept that, you know, cheaper. I don't know if there's any question up to where we are. Comment. You can also write in the chat your comment and questions. Yeah, another hidden trap is over-reliance on one customer. I have come across this kind of business, by the way, where they rely on only one customer and they're happy. Yeah, that is a huge trap. And this customer is giving them a lot of business, so they have a lot of money. Yeah. So what came to mind is, what if they disagree with this customer? Yeah. Or policies and anything can happen. And one day they'll find themselves without any business. Yeah. It is a huge business. It is in the health sector. And they are relying on one customer. Yeah. So this is a hidden trap. And if your business is this way, you need to think very quickly about it. You need to diversify, identify other customers, or maybe have other services that you can introduce, you know, just in case you disagree with your, you know, supplier, whoever is giving you business. Yeah. I know a company that had this kind of problem. This company, they relied on one customer, but they ran into trouble with the neighborhood, because they said their business was making noise. The neighborhood was not happy. And so, do you know what the neighborhood did? They wrote to their supplier and complained. And this was an international company. Their customer was an international company. And some of these companies, when they hear that kind of thing, I mean, they take it very seriously, and they terminated the contract. And this was the only company they had. It was the only customer they had. And that was the end of that business. They had invested a lot. They had huge trucks. They had storage spaces, a lot of investment. and they close because I don't see that business today. So what if they had diversified, yeah, into other things? I'm sure they would still be running today. Yeah, these are hidden traps that we need to be aware. What hidden traps do you have in your business? You need to give it a thought because, businesses are expected to survive for many years. You are leaving a legacy. You're not just doing it for yourself today. You're doing it for generations. Yeah. So it's good to give a thought to some of these things that, it's good to do. How can you make your business more unique? Have you given it a thought? You can have brainstorm session with your staff and, with your stakeholders, with other business people. You can visit them and have a chat. How can you make your business more unique today? I don't know if there is any question because I've said many things, and this is a moment for asking questions. Any clarification, anything that was not clear? Yeah. This is the time to